Alright, welcome to this commentary for the next part of my Stalker pistol only challenge here. And this one is the Dark Valley, and I did skip the barkeep, getting to the barkeep, getting a little bit better equipment. You'll see I have one of the barrel armored suits though. I managed to get that through completing just some real easy side quests for the bartender. We had some Night Stars, I think that's the one that gave me the armor. And we bought a 45 caliber pistol there as well. And we were able to stock up on a couple of these pistols, which fire the Viper ammo there. And so I felt pretty confident taking this area. I did a practice run before this, and it went pretty well. I had a couple deaths on the practice run, but this run here is a no-death run. So we go over here and we grab these artifacts. These ones here, the Flash and the Sparkler, we really want the Flash. That increases our stamina so we can run further and longer, and it's just great overall for getting around. Kind of increases our mobility a little bit. We dumped off our older pistol and all of our older pistol ammo because it just ceased to... I mean, it was still useful for shooting bandits and dogs and stuff, but really wasn't doing the trick anymore. And so we kind of dropped it in favor of this pistol and the 45. But we're only really using the 45 right now, as you'll see, for situations that require a little bit of a heavier firepower. I don't even think we use it at all during this part of the run. I ended up using it in the next part in the laboratories a little bit more. So right now we're waiting for the ambush, and honestly this was one of the most annoying parts of the run because it is easy to fail this, especially using a pistol, because you don't really have the firepower to put these guys down as quick as you'd like. And so I really waited for this guy because I failed this on the practice run. And I wasn't too happy with that. It's not an essential quest or anything to the game, but I definitely felt like I didn't want to lose at this part of the run. Simply because I felt like it wasn't really a good challenge run if I couldn't complete all of the objectives. Sorry, I'm trying to move my microphone into a better spot. Okay, so we're just crouched here waiting. Should be getting closer. Alright. So yeah, this part of the run's kind of boring. You're just waiting on this guy to walk into your ambush, basically. You get a scope and some money in exchange. The scope's really not useful for our run because we simply won't have a weapon that is capable of having a scope mounted on it. But that's alright. We're going to just hang out here. You can see him getting closer on our PDA, and since I didn't actually officially accept this quest, we only see that he's an ally walking our way. We don't see where the bandits are at, but they're here, and I just unloaded them the minute they come around the corner. I wasn't even worried about headshots necessarily, although it looked like I got a headshot on the first guy right away. And so we still get the rewards for this. Even though we weren't really, we didn't accept the quest. I was worried I might not get him, and I might not complete the quest technically. Now, the first part of the run, that sound, by the way, was a nitro brewed coffee, in case you were wondering what that weird noise was. The first run I did, I went in through the side entrance to the bandit base. But on this run, I felt confident enough, especially with the armored suit equipped. The bandits really don't have any weapons that were capable of hurting us. And so I knew this would be a cakewalk, honestly. And at first I thought about going in through the side entrance. I think you can see me pondering it here. Then I just say, fuck it, we're going to go in the front, because why not? So go in, guns blazing. I knew I could outgun these guys even with just a pistol. And as you'll see, we didn't really have any problems anymore. Came across a random spot of radiation, so I noticed this bandit hanging out over here. And you see this pistol's range and accuracy is just so much better. I'm able just to pick these guys off at range a lot better than I was before. I don't have to rely on headshots as much, at least against these lightly armored targets. So we're approaching the main gate. And really, this part of the run wasn't too bad at all. The outer yard here is never really a challenge. It's once you get inside the building and you start encountering tougher resistance and closer corridors, their automatic fire really comes into play a lot more in the tight corridors. Out here, these guys mostly have pistols and shotguns, which at range and against such a heavily armored target as myself, I was easily able to outgun him. This guy, like you see, a silenced pistol. Yeah, that's useless at this point. So we're just scavenging what we can, bandages, any ammo we can use for our gun, because we do want to watch our ammo while we're here. You do want to conserve that. Alright. So into the first building here, and it's pretty dark. I don't really know, honestly, if the light affects any sort of stealth in this game, but I felt like maybe I would hide out a little bit better. And even though we don't have a rifle, I was able to kind of crudely snipe at these guys with this pistol. And then at a certain point, I just jumped down because I didn't really need to engage these guys at this range. I think he was kind of hiding behind the thing. Yeah, here's where I get down out of here. Once again, I was under very little threat here at all from these bandits. Even this guy with his Viper 5. See, I just did my normal tactic on him. Right down here, you can see this gun barely did any damage. So even this guy just unloaded on us with another Viper 5. Barely any damage. And we're using less ammo than they are, so we're actually able to kind of stash up. And they almost all have the same pistol we're using. I'm trying to use my new ones because this gun is a little bit finicky. It does jam fairly often when it gets damaged. Alright, you can see me. I'm looking at different conditions on the guns. Because I do get weighed down just carrying around all this stuff. And there's a duty guy around here that tries to climb out of this pit here, and he dies almost every time. I've never managed to save him. He's laying over here. I was looking for his body. Bandage, energy drink, we'll take those. He's over here, and he had a scientific or army med kit and a bandage, which was useful for us. And this guy didn't really have anything useful, so I think I was looking for the stash. If I remember, though, that stash is like literally nothing useful at all. And I remembered that because I got it on the practice, so we decided not to. So now we're in the inner sanctum. You can't really get there from here. I'm just kind of looking around, making sure there's no bandits, because I do see 4 on my PDA. So we're going up the stairs, and we're going to go across into the main hall of the building. And this is where most of the challenge in this run lies, because it's easy to get flanked, easy for them to sneak attack you when you're not paying attention, and easy for you to just get caught in a bunch of bandits with automatic weapons, and they will kill you. These guys have AKs, other heavier grade weapons, as well as guys with shotguns like that, which pose no threat. So to prevent them from coming back down the stairs later, I always go up here, because I think there's a guy or two up here. Yeah. This doesn't lead anywhere, if I recall, but you don't want these guys to come back down the stairs later and come get you while you're fighting other bandits. And that did happen during the practice run. See, he has an AK. So you really want to take these guys out. You really don't want to allow them to get close to you. Because all these guys have AKs, and that will shred through even my armor that is, you know, pretty heavy duty. We also don't want to damage our good armor very much. I did stash a stalker suit. I think I stash it right before I go into the laboratory. And I do have that. I have Merc armor. Oh, I think I'm wearing my Merc armor right now. No, I have my barrel suit. I think I got rid of the Merc armor because at this point, it's just not doing enough for me. Even with all the bulletproofing artifacts I have equipped, it's just not strong enough for these AKs. They just shred right through it. This hallway here is really tricky. I took a death here on the practice run, and I just wasn't satisfied with that. So we came back, and I used a lot more caution coming in this area this time. The last time I managed to get flanked from behind, and that really just took a lot of my med kits off. And so this time I was a lot more cautious to crawl through these rooms and then not let guys get behind me at all. They get alerted to the sound of the gunfire, I'm pretty sure, and they come towards your location. So if you don't really sweep this building out, you can get trapped and you will take a death here. So you can see me checking behind me because that's what happened last time. So now we're moving to the main area. This is the most dangerous part of the entire run in the Dark Valley here. So you see me going in this room, that's for a safety strap. So I can't be flanked by anyone until I was certain no one's behind me. And you see me coming clear back here to check it out. Just to make sure I'm not going to get attacked from behind. And then I felt pretty confident. So here we go. We're going in. You can see I did not notice that guy, and he offloaded that AK directly at me, and while my armor took most of it, my armor, you can see, is taking a beating here, and it's good armor. We'll hopefully end up with more. It's one of the most useful armors in the whole game, honestly, the military armored suit. That is, I mean, it's not like the bulletproof armor, the Bulat suit, but the barrel suit is great. And there's actually 2 guys there. It's very dark. Can't really see, but there's actually 2 guys there. You can see them shooting at me. I felt like I'd take the first guy down, but he just would not die. So I turn to this guy, and you can see I'm just recklessly unloading at this point. I'm just trying to simply clear the area out. There's only 9 blips on my PDA, one of which is an ally. I'm pretty sure it's the duty member that's trapped in the prison. There's a guy hiding behind the table, and I wasn't sure if there was guys to the right. I keep checking over there. Borov is also off to the left, and last run, he was waiting for me. So I wanted to make sure he wasn't in the doorway. I'm ready to offload him. So I check him out, and I'm pretty sure I just smoked him right away. Yep, at range, no problem. He didn't even get a shot off, and he's got the key we need. He's also got a lot of goodies in here, a lot of med kits, bandages, and ammo for AKs and stuff, and that's great for when you're doing a regular playthrough, but for us, it's useless because we're not ever going to use an AK in this run, so we basically just leave all that behind, and just take the drugs and the bandages. That's the most useful thing. See, there's 3 med kits. You can just take it through the door. I know it says the door's locked, but you can simply steal it through the window. You can simply steal all these items through the locker. Stalker engine, folks, is great. So we're taking all that stuff. And now we have to get out of here and get to the lab. And there are still 7 PDA blips, meaning 7 bandits, probably 6. You see me getting rid of ammo. So I'm overweight. Getting rid of the wrenched artifacts. I do not need those. They're pretty much useless to me. I never have found a use for them. I know they're rupture protection. Barely anything does rupture damage. The animals and some of the mutant snorks, I suppose. I never have enough problems with them to really necessitate me needing that artifact. There's one of the PDA blips. We're down to 5. Back up to 6. As you can see, even when these guys managed to surprise me on this run, they didn't really pose much of a threat. Check in the bathroom. This I was really not prepared for that. But we're getting close to the armory and the prison, and honestly, in this playthrough, the armory was not near as useful as normal, simply because there wasn't much in there. I mean, there's rifles. We don't use rifles. There's ammo for rifles. We don't use those. There's rifle grenades. We're not going to use those. We're not using regular grenades, and so almost everything we found in there was useless. Some bandit armor. I think this is where I found the merc suit that I keep talking about, and I'm pretty sure I started wearing that. I thought there was a switch, folks. I forgot that that's the prison cell, and you can just open it. There's something in there. But I forgot that you can just open this one once you blow the lock off. And so now we're free to kind of roam through here and loot. As I said, not near as useful on a pistol-only run as it would be, but there are some bandages, some med kits, some various other things in here. Yeah, see, nothing really useful for us. Just a grenade. Okay, we're not going to use that. Energy drink. Okay, that had some pistol rounds for us. And then I started dumping off some of these damaged pistols in here because I do not need them. We have better weapons. There's a bandit suit and a merc suit, and I'm never going to use the scope or the rifle grenade ever. And you can see me kind of checking out some other stuff. I think I dumped those stone bloods off. It's just to save weight. The merc suit's there, and there's a med kit. And then that chest had... So now we're loaded down with med kits, which is great. Especially if we run into trouble in the next area. The lab will be well set to take care of ourselves. You can see me kind of just showing off the inventory. We've got a bunch of armors. We're going to try to use the merc suit first because obviously it's the weakest armor we have. And it's just the least useful. But if it can at least save damage to the higher end armors, then it's serving a purpose for this run. Nothing else useful, just a bunch of rifles and stuff. So now we go free the guy from the prison. Which isn't too hard to do. I don't even think there's any guys left alive. There's one bandit left alive. He's here. Now he's not left alive. So that was basically the run at this point. We have fulfilled almost every objective there was to fulfill. We've got about 5 minutes left of the actual run because I do take us over to the lab. So I forgot where the fucking switch was here. Looking around, not looking at the brightly illuminated object over there, which is obviously the switch. And I threw a pistol down for this guy, and he didn't want to pick it up. So then I spent some time like trying to get him to pick up the pistol because I wanted him to have a weapon because he will die. And without the pistol, honestly, not like it matters if he dies or not, but if I take all the time to free him from prison, I want to make sure that you know, he at least survives his run. So now we're just waiting. I was kind of trying to get him to come along because I thought maybe he would want to run along with me, but he doesn't seem like he cares. So now we're on our way out. As I said, the run is basically done at this point. We're just kind of wandering around. There he is. I was waiting for him. So now out we go. And he'll lead you right to the exit, which is kind of handy when you're deep down in here. It's kind of twisty and turny a little bit. He's just a weirdo. Okay, here we are. We're at the main hall. We're just ready to leave and go to the laboratory, which is the next part of this run. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and as you can see, we have kind of mutated this run. I know at first we said we wanted to do more of an organic playthrough, but I do enjoy doing these commentary tracks over a perfect run. I feel like that is more of the challenge of the run, because if you're just save spamming, there's really not a challenge. There is, but you can get through almost any scenario in this game by just saving and reloading until you get the ideal RNG, the ideal conditions, and this run's a lot more challenging for me as well. I do enjoy having to go through these sections in one run. So we got 3 minutes left. You can see my mission has changed now. And there was a stash in here, and I wasn't paying attention to where exactly it was at, and I thought there was armor up here too, but there's not. I'm just checking conditions on my armor. My barrel suit is just brutalized at this point. Luckily, the next area doesn't really... I mean, you're fighting poltergeist and stuff that doesn't require high bulletproof. So I don't remember if I used that for the next part of the run or not. Guess you'll have to watch it to find out. So now we're just climbing through this hopper here to get to the end of the area, and I'm going to jump out. The lab is off to our left. I think I'm loaded down, so I just end up walking over here. Yeah, I'm overloaded, but I can't really get rid of anything because I need both my armors. And so I do stash the... It looks like I do equip the barrel suit. Because there are bandits hanging out in the laboratory. I guess I forgot about those guys. They were such a little threat to me on this run, I just didn't even care. So off we go. Now there's a stash there, but I saw my PDA it hadn't been activated, so I just skipped it. Because honestly, the stashes won't do anything for you unless you have the information about them. It's such an asinine way to play, you know, to build the game. This guy died before he even got a chance to do anything. And so I had 6 more bandits to go. Now, one of them I don't kill on this, the recorded portion of this run. He was upstairs. I did some stash hunting, and I went to the hopper outside and got the mama's beads for the next part of off camera, because I really was just... I already played for 20 minutes on camera. I figured it was a little bit obtuse. So you can see we only have 3 left. It's about to be 2, because this guy dies, and the 1 is downstairs, 1's upstairs. So we basically completed the run. Got about 30 seconds of recorded footage, so I'd like to thank y'all for joining me. If you're enjoying these pistol-only challenges, drop me a comment. If you'd like to see me do Twitch streaming, drop that in the comment as well. And thanks for watching. Watch this guy take the hit. He's gone. And now, we're gone too. Thank you for watching, and have a great night.